Eaters, it's Saturday, it's 6 p.m. My name is Conor McGilligan. We are reacting to Leeds United's pre-season highlights against Paderborn. The notepad is out, discussion, discourse, and debate. If you're not doing anything this Saturday evening, stay with me. Let's get into it. This is One Leeds. Welcome back to the latest video. This video, as always, is sponsored by Shop GNO, The Job Match Group, and Match Bingo. Let's get into it. First up, The Job Match Group. Whether you're looking for your next big gig or just browsing, The Job Match Group has niche job sites made just for you. F1, retail, security, and loads more. They're about matching the right person to the right job. Make sure you check them out if you're ready to level up your career. Then we've got Shop GNO, an exciting new e-commerce site where you can grab exclusive deals and discounts. Right now, One Leeds has an affiliate link just below where you can score a 25 quid membership for free, unlocking special rates and benefits. You can even list your own shop on there with way better rates than Amazon, eBay, and Vinted. They've got some Leeds bits and some general bits now and launching soon, plus some great prizes just for signing up. This is all powered by a massive Leeds United fan looking to make waves in the online shopping world. So check them out and support your local. And don't forget our mates at Match Bingo. They're smashing it with footy fun. You can get 5 bingo cards for the price of 4. And you can even deposit just £5 at a time to join the action. It's a big chance to win whilst having a blast with your fellow Leeds United friends. Thanks to all of our sponsors. Check the links in the description and let's get on with the video. Well, hello, you absolutely lovely lot. What's going on? It's Saturday. It's another video. We did a little bit of a pre-record early on. I knew we were playing up against Paderborn 07. Have you ever been to Paderborn? I've been to Paderborn. Lovely little place, you know. I have pretty much been to everywhere in Germany. And just to celebrate, I've got myself a spaten. Have you ever had a spaten? A lovely little drop. Normally, look, we don't have a drink on streams, but it is the weekend. I don't normally drink on, midweek and all this sort of stuff. Gets to a weekend and I just fancied one. Do you know what I mean? Went to the Epicurean, the beer place, not far away, and I thought, I fancy a spaten. Leeds are playing in Germany. We're on the Germany tour, so I'll get myself a fantastic Munich beer. Shout out to all the Munchen One Leedsers in the building. And today we're going to be discussing Leeds United's win against Paderborn 07. Okay, so we've all seen the highlights, presumably. Some of you may not have. So I'm here to break down, have a look at some of the things that we noticed in the game. The notepad is full. It's full. Maybe not there. The other way. The notepad is full. So I've got a few bits I want to get into, what I've noticed from the game. I have to say, it is flipping pre-season. It's pre-season. Okay? So I don't want everybody to get upset. Get in the comment section. Conor, you're taking it too seriously. I'm not taking it seriously. Do I take pre-season seriously? I don't, but I do like to watch it and see what players are, the dynamics between certain personnel, what the manager's maybe going for certain relationships. They're tried and tested. Are they being replicated, or is he trying new personnel? So I actually quite enjoy pre-season. We had a fantastic pre-season last season. I believe it was getting to that, of course. So shout out to loads of you in the building as well, because Kirsch, Outdaft UK. Let's have a look who's in here today. The channel is blowing up. Oh, thanks, mate. Really appreciate that, buddy. Thank you, Zach. Thanks for the comment, man. Yes, it is doing all right, man. It's doing all right. Evening, everybody. Anything happened today? Calgary calling. Good to see Paul Smith in the building. Hiya, Paul. How's it going? Chris is here as well. Chris, we'll get on to it in a bit, mate. Perri's asking questions, isn't he? Says Daniel Jackson. I tell you what, Dan, we've got a few notes about Yoel, but looking lean. I think he looks a lot lighter. I don't think his general play is going to be anything different, really. He's a bit of a finesse player. I like him just in that, out on the outside of the area with that sniper left foot he's got. I like him there most of all, to be honest with you, in terms of his positional play. I think that's where he's most lethal, where he was most lethal in a 3-4-3 formation at Swansea as well. I think just picking up on that sort of half space on the edge of the area is where Peru's at his best. As I've said, that shot efficiency is very good with him, but he's building up a good preseason. And this is kind of why preseason, doesn't well, it makes sense, doesn't it? But a lot of it is something to maybe have a look at in a sense, isn't it? It's is Peru? I know we're up against Paderborn. I know we're up against the opposition that we are up against. There's an actual conversation that last year's opposition was a lot tougher already than this season's opposition. AC Milan will change that. Obviously, they've beaten Liverpool 4-2 today, and Villarreal, very good opponents as well, Spanish opponents. So we'll get into that in just a little bit. But I do think it's a good measure. Sometimes we're all looking at Joel Peru now, aren't we? Now coming up against Paderborn 07 in Bundesliga 2 is very different to coming up against Everton on the opening day of the season. Everton look like they're about to sign Malik Fofana as well from Lyon, as well as having Tieno Barry up front. My goodness, what a little combination that is, as well as the Bayern left back that they brought in or they're bringing in. So Everton look like they're making some serious moves, as well as other clubs in the Premier League. So we've got to keep an eye on that one. But yeah, we'll get into it. Hi Kershaw, hi Matt's in the building. Nigel's here as well, saying hi Conor. Our defense looked a bit dodgy, especially in the second half. Peru looked good again. He did some nice finishes. Nonso eats spaghetti. Good to see you in here, Poppy. Hello. Hi William. Vamos. Vamos Saunders say evening from Seattle. How you doing, Vamos? Good to see you in here. Hello, Conor from Valencia. David's here. Hi, David. Good to see you in here, my friend. Hey, Conor. Raleigh. If it's cutting out, mate, it's cutting out. We're not doing that again. Longstaff squad player for me, lost the ball a few times, needs to sharpen up. Yeah, Longstaff not playing with conviction, missing Newcastle. Maybe I don't think he'll be missing it. I don't think. I mean, we had a lot of conversation on Longstaff when he came in. He's not really amazing on the ball. Okay, this was a consistent thing on One Leeds. I don't think he was poor in the extended highlights package that we've seen. We only get 11 minutes worth of it, don't we? But he's not going to be a little bit of a demon on the ball, if you will, everybody. He's not one of those players. We never bought him in for that reason. I think Leeds have bought him in to give you a little bit of variance when it comes to that midfield. He's a completely different profile. He's box to box. He's a little bit of a goer, and then you need a coverer behind him, in my opinion. But I think more of a get on the end of things, potential ball carrier instead of just being a bit of an innovator and a creator and a vertical progressive player in that central midfield. I think he's a little bit more of a player of which he's going to be difficult to mark, box to box, and with a box to box becomes difficult to mark, and getting on the end of things. That's how I see it, and being a little bit of a presence when it comes to pressing maybe on opposition's defensive midfielders or centre backs. And that's where I see Longstaff. I've never ever seen Longstaff as a player who's going to be a Lothario, a metronome on the ball. I don't see it. I've never thought that. I thought Longstaff fulfills a purpose, and that's why we got him for 12 million quid from Newcastle, but I'm very happy with the Longstaff sign. I think it makes a lot of sense. It's different to what we have. But yeah, I don't expect him to be fantastic on the ball, if I'm honest with you. Okay, if anyone gets the issue with audio cutting out, end YouTube and come back in. It happens. I don't think it's anything to do with the One Leeds. Yeah, shout out to you, Kirsch. I don't think it is, mate. I'm not aware of it. Matteo Moretto drops an update on Igor. Check out Conor. I will do, mate. We're just going to get into this in due course, mate. Of course, I want to get onto the game a little bit. So, okay, what did I notice going through the game? So I don't know if you guys have noticed this, and oh, Conor, I've got notes, and I can see the bomber. Don't do it, Leeds. Come Okay. Okay. Oh, blimey. Right. Okay. If you guys haven't seen it, we're going to keep this up here just for a second, because this little man, Fabrizio Romano, just had to. I mean, has this destroyed my stream? Maybe. Okay. Understand Leeds United have improved their bid for Igor Paixao today. trying to get a deal ASAP. Leeds United pushing with intention to close the story and reach full agreement with Feyenoord. Oh, God. This image is so apt, isn't it? Just when they thought I was out, they pull me right back in. Oh, for goodness sake. In my head, I've sort of just got to a point of which I was very much like, and you guys will have seen the video this morning. I was like, look, I've been a Leeds United fan for a long time. I've seen CDK, Charles de Ketelaere. I've seen Mickey Cuisance. I've seen multiple deals. Rodrigo de Paul. I've seen Josip Gvardiol. I've seen it all. Leeds interested, getting close apparently, and then Fabrizio Bomba. He's going to Dynamo Zagreb. He's going to Marseille. He's going to Atalanta. But no, Leeds are trying to pull at my heartstrings here. Now, brilliant. Brilliant. But yes, I don't know. I'm kind of looking at it right now, and I have to. Do I just come on here and be honest and just think that it's not going to happen, and which is I'm always trying to be transparent with you guys, but I'm going to go with the euphoria now. I'll go with my heart. We're getting him. We're getting Igor Paixao. We're getting him. Oh, for goodness sake! Look, it's great that Leeds are showing this ambition. It has to be said. Let's whack it up again. What we've just seen. Not that one. Understand Leeds United have improved their bid for Igor Paixao today, trying to get a deal ASAP. Leeds United pushing with intent to close. They're doing this because they need to get this wrapped up. The longer this goes on, we spoke yesterday about Osimhen, Inahi, and Marseille trying to get an agreement done with Girona. Now, the reports are around France that if that happens, that money is going to be put straight back into the transfer kitty. If that's put into the transfer kitty, there may be a conclusion where Marseille can bring in maybe a Tim Weah and then a Paixao. But we know that Paixao is the number one target for Marseille. But money talks, dirty man, I want you, dirty man, I need you. Oh, money talks, it does. So I'm just hoping that Mr. Igor wants this. Look, Sky Sports are saying that he's intrigued by the Premier League move, and then you've got, Foot Mercato suggesting this morning that he still wants the Marseille move. The agent seems to be trying to push him everywhere. He's pushed him to Roma. We know factually, we broke it down on the room mill yesterday. Roma don't have enough money. So the agent appears to be pushing it. A Leeds is Underwood out there right now trying to deal with this agent and say, look, we'll give you X amount. We've been done by agents before. I'm just praying that Leeds United are going to get the best deal here if we do get him done. One Paixao fan channel, one Paixao fan channel. Yes, Matty, good to see you in here, mate. One Paixao fan channel. I am a Milan fan, but this channel has made me a Leeds fan too. Oh, Tunaj, thank you so much, man. Good to see you in here, buddy. A pessimist is never. Do you know what? That's the most depressing thing, but also the most true thing ever. But then I am always, I'm not genuinely, I'm a very happy man in life. I've got a great life, beautiful girlfriend, beautiful followers, beautiful family, beautiful flat. It's all great. It's all good in Conor world. But I'd like a beautiful left winger as well. We've already got 2 beautiful left wingers, but bringing in another one would be fantastic. But I'm not a miserable guy. I'm not a cynic. I've experienced too many of these with Leeds United. What I will say is, Nate, I feel it in my plums. I feel it in my plums. I think tickle me there, Nate. Yes, but that's what I am as well, Rich. I'm a glasses broken kind of person. Honestly, sometimes, guys, there is a lot of you in this chat who honestly are some miserable, cynical people. But I love it. It is funny. You do make me laugh. Sometimes I'll read the comments and I'm like, it never gets me annoyed. Genuinely, it never does. It just makes me laugh. Some of them are funny, but yeah, so Connor's never beaten the next. I could sit here and be the most positive person for a full year. We get slapped 6-0 by City, and I'm like, but it doesn't matter. It does not matter. I'll still get called the negative guy, but so I've got to embrace it, mate. I'm the Dark Lord. What is it? The evil Sith. Did you call Jack Harrison a beautiful left winger? I did not, my friend. I did not. We've got 710 of you in the building, everybody. Anyway, yes, Timmy. Let's a beautiful move away from Manchester would be absolutely fantastic. Guys, just let's get into the video today. Anyway, before we get into the Paixao stuff, which we will. Does anybody care about me going through the game? Do you want me to go through the game, or do you want me to just talk about Igor Paixao, which we've done on the Rumour Mill for the... Yes, Tanya with the voice of reason. This is kind of what I'm thinking as well. Bids are one thing. Kirsch, I know you've already mentioned personal terms must be close because of a bid, but I just kind of want to hold a little bit when it comes to Paixao. It feels like it's still got a lot to go yet. We'll wait and see what happens when it comes to... him coming. Is he going to wait out? Look, the whole story was 3 or 4 days ago, officially, he wants the move to Marseille. He's agreed personal term, more than happy to go there, been sold by the project. But then we figure out the other day by Sky Sports that Leeds have sold him the project and he wants that project. So it's all going to be determined on moving parts, isn't it? You know, if Marseille can offer more than 15 million euros or 20 million euros up front, like they're doing with Tim Weah at Juve, only offering a certain amount, then, but if they can offer, 20, 23 million euros up front, and they can do that quickly and rapidly, and they can improve, like they can go faster payments when it comes to installments over a set period of time, 48 months. Now we'll do 36 months instead. That might be enough to do Feyenoord. And it's not just Feyenoord, is it? It's what the player wants. Do you know what I mean? The player's not going to move if he doesn't want it. If the player wants Marseille and he's set on it, I don't know. So that's kind of why I'm excited. Obviously, I'm excited, but I'm just trying not to. I'm trying not to get too excited. But yes, we do. Helen, hello. It's nice seeing you here. Okay, a new Paixao. Okay, Paixao again. Flipping out. One Paixao fan channel. Okay, I think we've just reported the Paixao news. Unless you guys have said something else. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, I've just seen it. I don't think he said anything else, has he? No, he's not. If you are aware, if you are just here for a fresh bit, yes, we have already read out the news about Paixao. We've got it here. I've just put this over my face for the last 10 minutes. But yeah, but yes, we know. We are aware. We are aware if you're here. Thank you, Helen, and thank you to others being in here as well. But yeah, we will we will wait. And let's talk about the game. Let's talk about the game. Come on, let's talk about the game. Okay, right. So what I noticed, everybody, and I've got a few screenshots in here as well. We will talk about Paixao a little bit more at the end, of course, but we're just going to get into the game. Leeds have just beaten Paderborn 3-2. Paderborn, Bundesliga 2 side. And there's a few things that I noticed. During the game. Has anybody noticed? And we've got this Spartan beer in for Paderborn. And it is a weekend, so we're having a beer. You don't have to drink responsibly. But passing out from the back. Now, I was of the opinion that in pre-season, Leeds United were going to be playing that ball over the top consistently. Now, what I will say is in the extended highlights, there was a wonderful ball down the line from Pascal Struijk. And this is what I love about Struijk. He varies his game. When it comes to playing out from the back. He can play vertically, he can play into that midfield really accurately a lot of the time, albeit he didn't. I thought against Man United a couple of times he got caught out. But the long ball is on. I think his short passing is very accurate as well. I think he's decent on the whole, and he was decent in the Premier League when it came to the Marcelo Bielsa build-up through Calvin Phillips. I thought he was really impressive in this game when he did come on, how much better he was on the ball, Pascal in particular. But what I loved was the long ball to Nemecha, where Nemecha got fouled. He just stinks of Jorginho Rutter. Very different players, of course. Jorginho Rutter was an elite ball carrier who could ride tackles, but the frame of Nemecha, the ball carrying abilities, albeit not on GG Rutter's level, quoting Oscar there, but the ball almost sticking to him and him being a lot more physical in the air. He won the ball with his head, took the ball down, and it's a problem. It's a huge problem for centre-backs. We saw that with Matthias de Ligt, who was struggling with him in almost like a 50-50 rate when it came to aerial duels in that second half. Yeah, guys, if you are struggling with the picture and the sound, just go off YouTube, refresh it and come back again. I don't know I think there's some devices, some people are saying like Samsungs are struggling with it, but iPhones are all right with it. So just do that. Just refresh and come back on. But the passing out from the back is interesting because Leeds in the first phase were passing into the midfield. Tanaka was being pressed. No worries. Be all into Tanaka. Did anybody notice that? As well, Rodon, he's developed so much when it comes to playing out from the back. Rodon into Peru, beat 2 lines straight into Peru. Peru, very, very good on the ball, played it out wide in that number 10 spot, almost like a Harry Kane-esque in that number 10. First touch, bang, straight out wide to, I don't know who was on the left. I think it was Gabriel Gudmundsson, wasn't it, in that first half? Could have been wrong, though. Could have been wrong. But what I found very, very interesting is that Leeds United are now playing into that central space, central midfield, and they're trying to control possession. Now, this is like a double-edged sword. This is a double-edged sword when it comes to it, in my opinion. I think Leeds playing into central midfield consistently, I think would be a slight worry with the press, especially when you're coming up against an Arsenal, especially when you're coming up against some real quality teams, because I feel like they will intercept the ball. But the absolute brilliance of the likes of Tanaka, who's been able to get the ball under pressure and work under pressure, is just fantastic. And maybe if we are actually, and let's just get it up, everybody, let's get up that custom lineup that we've been talking about on the stream multiple times here, that Leeds might actually use this season. Let's say if it's not a 4-3-3, okay? But even if it is a 4-2-3-1, this would work, you know? Tanaka just maybe receiving that ball off Beal and Rodon. And then what happens is, because Tanaka's so good under pressure, he can facilitate Leeds building up out wide, because it's one touch with Tanaka. And he's so press resistant. He's so calm, cool, and composed in those areas. It doesn't matter. He can take it on the back foot and move. He might be able to bypass a press. I thought that Leeds United in pre-season will be doing something tactically where they will be hitting the Metro a lot and trying to get Ramazani and Nonto around him a lot more. It doesn't appear that we're doing that. It appears that Leeds United are trying to build up through the central spaces, vertical build up, which was a big thing last season. That is so interesting to me, because I thought with the profiles that we're bringing in, and it can vary, of course, Leeds might do this a little bit more when it comes to the start of the season, but you were supposed to embed in pre-season your philosophy and style of play. And for me, I find it fascinating. As we're seeing here, I'll just bring it up with the vertical build-up. I'm finding it really interesting. Let me just move this up here, guys. Hold on a sec. There we go. So yeah, I'm finding it interesting how this is happening a lot. Okay. Leeds are getting the ball and building it up vertically. This was in the second half. Okay. This was in the second half, and Leeds were doing this a lot. But that ball straight from Beal, that ball straight from Rodon, that ball straight from Strauch is normally just into that central spot, okay? Ampadu wasn't being pressed here that much, but Tanaka in the first half in particular was being pressed, okay? So fascinating how this is going to work this season. Fascinating how this is going to develop. A Leeds going to play vertically through the middle, get pressed, but they're all right with it. They've got enough press-resistant midfielders now. They might think that, and progressive midfielders, maybe with Stach and maybe with Ampadu in particular. Sorry, Ampadu, Stach, and Tanaka, because they're all good on the ball. Let's be honest, all good on the ball under pressure. Leeds United might not be going as direct as I initially thought. That's what I'm seeing now in pre-season. I find that quite interesting, to be honest with you. Kirsch says, Aronson also played second half wide right instead of a 10 position. You're right. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Sorry, guys, girlfriend ringing. Really surprised by how high up Stach was. Yeah, and it feels like it was a little bit of rotation, wasn't it, Nathan? A little bit of rotation, between Stach. But then you're looking at it, mate, aren't you? And you're thinking, is it just going to be Tanaka at the base again? And you're looking at your long staff. If let's say we build up in a 4-1-4-1, is it literally going to be Tanaka at the base again? And they're almost going to be encouraged to go box to box with the likes of Stach and Longstaff, and maybe even Ampadu. You just saw it a lot last season where whoever was in that midfield, it could have even been Gruev who was in there. You are consistently seeing that man in the pivot, Tanaka, dropping between the centre backs. I find that really interesting. Really interesting. Guys, we know about the Fabrizio Romano. If there's another one, I'm sure you'll tell me, but I put this one up earlier. It always makes me laugh, everybody, when the new people are coming in. You just join in. Hello, everybody. We've already spoken about it to an extent. There's 800 of you in the building on this random Saturday afternoon. So thank you all. And make sure you're slapping a like on the video as well. And we will have a look. It is there. Look, we know, we're aware. Unless there's anything else, which I don't think there is, we'll have another look now. Yeah, Leeds United a bid. Yeah, we know. And it is crazy. We're going to get into it a little bit more because you guys are all getting very, very excited about it, I can tell. Paixao just done an interview as well, which is good to see. Okay. So what I noticed as well, going into it as well, is as I say, rolled on under pressure, still finding the gaps, which is good to see. But Leeds' controlled build up. And interesting, did anybody see as well? It was Biol and Rodon again, by the way, something to bear in mind. I noticed as well in that first half. Did anyone see when it came to Bogle and DJ? Bogle trying to thread that ball through, and immediately you saw the difference between Bogle and DJ, which we've highlighted on these streams before, in comparison to Bogle and Nonto, who have such a close build-up when it comes to partnership and almost just being good in these tight spaces and waiting for the press to come and working the way out of the press with the aid of like Tanaka, like we saw against Man United. Whereas when Bogle gets the ball and he sees Dan James, Dan just automatically gets on his bike, which is a really good counter-attacking sense. It's really good in the transition. And also it's going to be good if Bogle gets those balls just chipped in the right area to Dan James to run onto, and Leeds are going to be able to facilitate that. There's a couple of times in the first half where James made some really nice movement and he was able to chip the ball into the box. Peru nearly knocked it back, and it was good save from their keeper as well, to be fair. So some really good movement, some really good play from Leeds United, I thought, in that first half. In particular, I thought Leeds were completely dominant. But that Bogle ball looking to be threaded consistently through to Dan James over the top or through the man at points is interesting, because something you got to bear in mind as well as everybody tactically is we will get caught out. If Bogle doesn't have that absolutely on the money in build up, and Leeds are trying to facilitate build up vertically, then out wide, which we see a lot of, ball gets to Gruev, ball gets to Tanaka and Purdue, then we funnel the ball out wide. And then as soon as it gets to Bogle or Gabriel Gudmundsson, they're going to be trying to find the left winger or right winger, or sort of try utilize that overlap or underlap. But if they're trying to play that ball over the top, you can't mess that up. You cannot mess that up, especially when it comes to the fullbacks, which act as wingers now, and the partnerships that some of these fullbacks and wingers have in the Premier League. It's too good. And you'll get caught out and you'll get caught on transition. A lot of people don't think that. A lot of people don't realize that. But if you're building up and you're controlled in possession, a team will sit back in the Premier League and they'll wait, and then they'll absolutely spring onto you in transition. Think Leeds won at Crystal Palace 5, and that's what they did in the Premier League consistently. Leeds trying to build up out wide, and then we kept getting hit out wide. You got to be really careful with that ball over the top. That's kind of why I do like in build up Nonto and Bogle, because you can drag their left back out of position, work your way around him, then hit the flank instead of just having the ball as a right back and trying to plug that ball further forward. So interesting there, I thought, in particular. Stack between the lines. Shout out to you, Nathan. That is literally on my notes, mate. Stack between the lines. And you bang on, mate. And we'll show the stack assist there when it came to it. Really good. If nobody caught the goal here, Stack almost like giving the eyes to the oncoming left back there, giving the eyes, knew where the ball was going to go. I think an obvious ball to play there would have been the furthest player out wide, because like naturally what you do as a player when you're playing a no look pass as well, you will pass to the man furthest away from you, because you just automatically think that he's got more space than the man closer to you in a compact space. That didn't happen. Stack with a lovely reverse ball there, and as you can see, everybody here breaking between the lines, and look who's behind him. Look who's behind him in the build-up, number 22, Tanaka. So he plays the ball to Peru. Peru gets into that area where I've just circled there and absolutely arrows it into the bottom corner. Lovely finish from Yol Peru. And it has to be said, that is his best area. I absolutely love him in that area. He's an assassin from that role. I've mentioned before that when it came to Jamie Patterson and when it came to Obafemi at Swansea, I always felt when Russell Martin had them in a 3 going forward, that Peru would always be that man dropping back, always be that man dropping back into that number 10 while the other 2 did the running. Loved that when it came to Peru, when you kind of saw Ramazani darting forward, Nonto darting forward. I believe it was here a little bit. I don't know who that for, but it's Dan James, sorry, not Nonto. I think Nonto came on the second half, didn't he? He did come on the second half. I think so. I can't quite remember. But so many rotations in these lineups, it does get confusing. But yeah, as you can see there, attention been taken away by Dan James and Ramazani. Lovely ball to Peru. Peru gets into that spot, and it's a lovely finish. Absolutely lovely arcing finish. Dara, thank you so much, buddy, for your donation. Dara, where are you from, mate? I'm detecting a bit of an Irish twang in you, mummy. You're Irish, or you love it, mate? Or you could be American. A lot of Americans like saying they're Irish. I've noticed that quite a bit. But thank you so much, man. Really appreciate that. A lot of people saying Fabrizio's just tweeted. We know. We are aware. Some of the OGs need to get in the chat here and tell everybody. We are aware. We are aware. Don't worry. and we will keep aware. We will continuously be aware, I should say. So yeah, thank you so much for your donation, buddy. And look, yeah, your audio is always fine, mate. Mate, that's probably the best comment. That's probably the best comment. It's a brilliant channel. Always listen every day. Thanks, buddy. I do. Look, guys, for the rumor mill, all this is the rumor mill. All of this every single day. So trust me. Trust me. I mean, I got the shopping list on there. But yeah, so every day we're doing the room mill, every day we're trying to do bits for you guys. I'm trying to do my best to break things down. Look, sometimes it won't be perfect, and I know that, but I do genuinely try my hardest. So I don't want to ever come on here and for you guys to think, oh, he's been lazy here. Do you know what I mean? He's grifting a little bit. I want you to think he's actually putting the effort and trying to break down. I'm trying to teach you things whilst learning things as well myself from you guys. So thank you so much. Yes, thanks for being in that. Kirsch, we need to make you a mod, mate. We need to make you a mod. Igor Deal says, Dan, I'm still... We're moving on to the game. We'll get on to Gary McNamee. Good to see you in here, pal. At the gym. Good to see you in here, Gaz. Thank you so much. Irish, but living on Vancouver Island. Mate, I'd love to get out to Canada. I'd love to get out there. Graham says, my mate lives in Paderborn and frothing at mouth, not being able to see the game as he's a Leeds lad through and through after intense training. Oh, mate. Do you want it to be like, did you ever hear of like Oasis Hill or Gallagher Hill? You know, when they're all just on like a big hill watching Oasis and they've not paid for it. That's what you'd want to do, wouldn't you, in Paderborn? I don't know if it's a hilly area. I can't quite remember. I was definitely not sourced when I went to Paderborn, but yeah, it's a very small area, isn't it, mate? So yeah. Evening, Conor. How's it going, mate? No, I could never accuse you of being lazy, Conor. Honestly, mate. Yeah, honestly, I need to be lazier, to be honest with you. I've got my mind's too active. Okay, so what did we learn? Yeah, so as we were speaking about there, lovely little stack assist. I thought reverse pass. We'll just clip this up here. Lovely little reverse pass here, straight into Peru. Fantastic. And we've mentioned before, everybody, the vertical build up. This is something that I didn't expect, but Biol, Strauk, as you can see there, circled, and Rodon are just continuously trying to play the ball into the central midfield pivot, which I didn't expect them to do. I thought they'd be going long a lot of the time, trying to hit the metro and get technical players in around him. That didn't happen. Okay. Good to see Ramazani as well starting the game. Thought he looked pretty sharp as well. Tanaka in the second half stayed on. The notable ones were Bogle, Stach, and Biol, I believe, from what I could see. I can't see anything confirmed on the net yet. Let's talk about Willie Gnonto. Okay, so this is the little this is the kind of like little like image we got. So if you didn't quite catch the second goal, everybody, so Gnonto was occupying the right. Now, you guys know I'm a big fan of Willie Gnonto on the right. Sorry, on the left, not the right, on the left. The reason behind that is because I think Gnonto in particular, and this was a very Man United-esque goal, you know, almost because of his low center of balance, his excellent dribbling skills, his really good movement with the ball. Do you know what I mean? It almost feels like with Gnonto, he's actually quicker on the ball than he is off the ball. You do get some players like Dan James, who the ball goes over the top and he's a speed merchant on it, but he's slightly slower on the ball. The ball naturally clogs him up. With Gnonto, I feel like he glides. His motion is so free-flowing on the ball. It's almost like he gets quicker. And that's just because technically he's so good. And that's not a disparaging comment on Dan. Dan was a better player than Gnonto last year. Dan, in my opinion, should be starting right wing as well. Controversial, I know, but this is the beautiful thing about pre-season. This is throwing up conversation now. Should it be Gnonto? Should it be James? That's the beautiful thing about what's going on right now. But yeah, the sequence build-up play with Gnonto, I think is always a little bit better. I think Dan does go for that long ball a little bit, but and I think Gnonto's better in tight spaces, which in the Premier League could work a little bit better. But James is just going to be better on the counter-attack. But putting that to a side, what I thought was really interesting is, I'll just get this image up again here. Gnonto could have played that ball to Nemecha. Nemecha made a lovely run. He was onside. That ball straight through there. And maybe that's the ball you want to play through in the Premier League because it's a simple ball. And in that central space there, the centre-back put a really, I mean, he tried to hit it with the outside of his boot, went straight to Gnonto, intercepted it, went through. And you can see the second arrow there, everybody, which is at Nemecha's foot, and the X marks the spot. That is the area he drove into. And it was just an absolutely drilled. This is what I love about Gnonto, right? When he's on that left-hand side. And this is why I was always saying, last season, when it maybe came to Manor Solomon, it's not a disparaging comment on Manor Solomon whatsoever. In my opinion, you've just got two players who can occupy that left-hand side so well in Ramazani and Gnonto. Arguably have a little bit more when it comes to agility and pace and explosiveness and just raw power when you get, you're inverting. I think they're brilliant in that little space. But Solomon was as well. But I think maybe they give you more on the outside as well than Solomon would do in the Premier League, in my opinion. I think the variance and the low balance and the speed when it comes to that left-hand side for both of them is a little bit better as well. I think they're both a little bit better with the weaker foot as well than Manor Solomon. Albeit, look, I have to say Manor Solomon was terrific for Leeds for 2/3 of the season. But overall, I don't think we've lost that much if you are to say Nonto and Ramazani are on the left as options. I think they're terrific options, even in the Premier League, from my perspective. Could be wrong, happy to be wrong. But I'm just thinking, I think they've got all the attributes right now. As I say, William Nonto on that left-hand side, cutting in his right, on that little inversion, that central attacking midfield position where he normally strikes the ball so pure. And that's what we've got with Ramazani and Nonto, in my opinion, cutting in off that left-hand side, just pure strikes of the ball, really efficient strikes of the ball. They normally hit the target, which is a big thing in football. So, yeah, really like those two off that left, I'll be honest with you, as you can tell. And I thought Nonto's finish was just superb. What a finish. And in the other game, you saw him cut inside on his right, he cut from the right-hand side onto his left foot and a lovely strike into the bottom corner on his left foot. But this time, obviously, you want him to cut inside on that stronger right foot, don't you? Because then he's going to get a clinical effort on goal. And I thought Nonto, when he came on, was very good. Aronson came on in the second half as well, which was something to key on as well. Now, the only thing, and I've seen a few of you saying this in the comment section, he's so like uninspiring on either side. Like he was on the, now I know he played on this side for Dyche on the right hand side, and he cut inside on his left. But he's such like, I find a panicker on the ball, Jack Harrison. Now on the left hand side, I should say on the right hand side, he struggled a little bit. And as you know, with Nonto, with Ramazani, Dan James, even they can go either side. I think they can go either side relatively well. Jack struggles when he's on the right-hand side to go on the right-hand side, which I find a real problem if he is to play out there. And I'm struggling to see why that didn't. Agent Ancelotti, you maybe can tell me in the comment section below why, Dyche continued to play him on that right side. I believe he did anyway. And I think Moyes put him on the left, didn't he, a little bit more. But he struggled a little bit here. You can see Aronson on the pitch here, but I just thought continuously when he was on the ball in that game, from a defensive perspective, I thought he was poor again. I think whichever side I'm seeing Jack on in pre-season appears to be our weakest. I think even offensively. I think when you had Byram and Jack on the left-hand side up against Amad Diallo with Casemiro on the overlap, I thought both of them struggled and looked quite square when it comes to actually going and closing the ball down. I think even when it comes to an attacking sense here, and not to touch on Byram at all here, because I think Jack was more of the focus, he just struggles, all ends up. Like, I honestly, guys, it's not I promise you, it's not, because you know what? I have to make this sentiment. I have to make this absolutely unequivocally clear as well. If Jack Harrison was to come back and prove me wrong, there is nothing I'd want more. Nothing I'd want more. Look, I'd say, brilliant. He's an asset for Leeds United. He's free. We'd have to spend any money on him. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. It's not an agenda. It's not anything against me. This guy just hasn't shown me anything. From me calling him hot and cold Harrison 4 years ago, there's been no development in his game whatsoever. None. Nada. Okay? And I'm just watching him again today, and I've seen a little highlight package, and I'm already by his defensive work, which we'll speak on, but in particular his offensive work. I'm just looking at him and I'm going, what are you offering? And that's kind of my point with Jack. It's what are you offering? What are you bringing to the table aside from a nice haircut? And that's subjective. You know what I mean? I don't get it. I don't get it. And he's been given a big chance. I believe he played the full 90. I think he played the full 90 minutes. So I think we've seen a lot from Ramazani this preseason so far. Nonto's looked brilliant. Peru's looked excellent and sharp. Nemecha's offered a hell of a lot, I think. And then you get Jack Harrison, who just looks, and he's been given a real chance here. I believe he had 90 minutes. Fact check me in the chat, everybody. I could be wrong, but I believe he had 90 minutes there, or at least 85 minutes from what we saw in the highlights. But you'll be able to let me know. But it's baffling to me, absolutely bad. But it is very much like I'm not also aware. What the? Okay, none of you are listening to me here. Okay, great. Okay, none of you listen to me, and this is why. Right. Okay. Let me just have a look at something. Where is it? Have you guys? I need to see this Perry thing. Oh, someone go on, do it. Announce him. Oh, look at this, everybody. Look at this. Look at this. I'm trying to do my little and out. This is going to be like an 8-hour stream, innit? I can always. Oh, this was supposed to be a really short stream. Oh my god. What a signing. We all know it's done. What a signing. What an unbelievable signing this is going to be. Jesus Christ. So basically, we're about to sign Perry. So it's going to come out in a second. Cheers, chat, for letting us know. By the way, we will keep you updated on this. We will keep you. This could be a mad day, you know. This could be someday. This could be someday. I've got distracted, Liam. Eli, I've got distracted, guys. I'm trying to talk about. I'm trying to talk about the breakdown. Oh god, it's like when you're getting distracted in maths or something like that. Do you know what I mean? There's just a kid out the window like that. Do you want to buy a Kit Kat? Do you want to buy a Kit Kat? Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I'm trying to figure out why I need algebra in life. Do you know what I mean? Oh god. Right. Okay. Just look what I tagged you in. Jakanji. Yes, mate. One of the OGs. Jakanji, my man. Jakanji, guys, as well. If you're tagging me in things, I know there's about 800 of you in here. Tag me in it on One Leads. Tag me in it on One Leads. I get told on One Leads. I have to go searching. Otherwise, I have to go searching for it. So I'm sorry if I'm just doing this whole thing where I don't look organized. I'm trying to be professional here. Right. Okay. These signings what we need. Perry, none of you are listening, mate. No one's listening to me. Is anyone listening to me? Does anybody want me to talk? Do we want to break down the game? I feel like I've done your homework. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I've sat there for an hour and done homework and nobody cares what I have to say. Because there's a good looking girl that's just walked into class and nobody cares about me in the corner. Me in the corner going like this. But guys, but guys, but guys, Nemecha's working between the lines, guys. And Pavil is looking really good in the 9.5 role, guys. Guys, you listening to me? Oh god. Right. Okay, we'll get back on it. We're gonna have to get back. We're gonna have to get back on it. Let's talk about Jack Harrison. Oh, let's not. We're in a good mood. Yeah. So when we look at it, I think Harrison just on the right or Harrison on the left is a problem and has been a problem in preseason, to be honest with you guys. So it is just what it is. I don't want to see him in a lead shirt during the season. Continue. Thanks, Chris. During the season, it was good to see Aronson there and thereabouts as well. The chaos factor, I think that will help Leeds this season. Jack Harris, I just don't see where his place is, but how much time is he giving him? It's crazy. He's given him such a chance, isn't he, this season? So I'm just hoping some wild bid comes in from somewhere. Now, we have to talk about Nemecha as well. I think Nemecha, I will just leave that up. But Nemecha, I think, is looking saucy. I think he's looking very good. I think he's looking extremely, extremely good. I like his hold-up play. But guys, I think he's ahead of Peru, you know. But it depends, you know. It depends. Chris, everybody in the chat, let me know what you think. Oh, Gabe, stop messaging me. Gabe's now messaging me. It's going to be a 24-hour stream. Let me live. Just let me talk about Paderborn '07. So this is not rumor mill. It's not supposed to be rumor mill. So Nemetra's giving me Rutter vibes. I like how he comes and basically peels off the centre backs as well. I think he can run and cut across them, but I think he knows as well when to peel to the back post. Really, really enjoy him during pre-season. I think he gives Leeds a lot, but Perri's been so good, I think, during pre-season, but I think Nemetra starts ahead of him. I do think Leeds are going to vary that direct and vertical build-up play. I do think we will do that. I think Nemetra's good on the ball as well. I think it's got to be Nemetra starting for me, everybody. And yeah, we're just going to we don't want to go too negative on it. I'll be honest with you. We don't want to go too negative on it. Oh, we need to get rid of that Nando's Perri. I presumably have signed him. But yeah, Byram here, just a little bit square for their goal, I thought, as well. And then Beale had to come over. But this is kind of the drawn-in defending that we don't want in the Premier League. That ball was just played over the top, very easy. Sam kind of just stood there and it kind of happened. But yeah, Beale was dragged over, as you can see there. The ball went in where the arrow is, and it is what it is. Leeds conceded. But yeah, we got the Nemetra goal, which was a really sort of nice finish, really good anticipation. Strout winning the header again. But for their second goal, Harrison, I thought, soft in the tackle again, went down. And actually for their second, it should have been 2-3, but they hit the post. So Paderborn hit the post, warning signs. Jack Harrison went down, got beaten in the duel. And then towards the end, I believe that was the second goal. So, right. What do you want to talk about? Right? What do you want to talk about? What do you want to talk about? You've ruined my stream. You've ruined my Paderborn analysis. All of you. All of you have ruined it. You're all in detention. So Strout didn't look great. What's the Paixao news? Yeah, Knox. Go have a look earlier on, mate. Nemetra does look a handful. I think it's really good, mate. I think it looks really, really good. It feels like Nemetra raises the whole squad. I'd agree with that 100%. Josh says, let's go 24-hour stream in celebration. Order a Nando's. I've only had a Nando's once in my life, mate. Thank you, Daniel. I've got back to it there. Actually, Harrison has no. Oh God. It is crazy though, isn't it? It is crazy. George says, finally made it to live. Thanks for everything from Texas. Shout out to you, George. Let's have a look at what Gabe has sent me. Presumably it's the exact same. Slow Sports Gabe. That's what we. Oh my God. Guys, I don't know if you've seen this. Has Gabe cooked? I am nearly 32 and I'm using the word cooked. Right. Alfonso. Yeah. So interesting. I mean, this will be some Saturday. This will be some Saturday. It looks like Perri is about to be announced. But I think the thing is now is Fabrizio's getting on it. Fabrizio is really getting on it. So Feyenoord transfer marks, Leeds United and Feyenoord are closing in a deal about Igor Paixao this Saturday afternoon. Not 100% done yet, but deal really, really close to happening between the two clubs. Story is with Fabrizio Romano, and then Romano's come back with the. Thanks, Tom. We told you. You did tell me. Yeah, earlier on, I didn't think this would happen. Couldn't tag you, bro. Sorry, Jakanji. Was this the one, mate? I need to get that thing off. It's probably better on Insta. Ryan Cunningham, what have you sent me?
Just working between the lines, guys. He's looking really good in the 9.5 role, guys. Right, you listening to me? Just working between the lines, guys. And Pavil, he's looking really good in the 9.5.
Shout out to you, Ryan. I don't know what this is. This was genuinely supposed to be a stream, and I'm sorry. Normally it's organized. And normally there is a structure behind this. This was supposed to be a stream where I was breaking down the Paderborn game, giving my verdict. And in the space of about 25 minutes, Romano has completely reversed everything. And from a state of which I thought Marseille were definitely going to just up the ante, sell Anahi to Girona and maybe get the money for this guy. But now I'm kind of looking at a scenario where Leeds are literally about to announce the signing of Lucas Perri. And as you can tell here, if you are just new to the video, Leeds are about to basically make the announcement of Lucas Perri. And now Romano does this to me. And we're supposed to just chill out on a Saturday afternoon. Do you know what I mean? We're supposed to chill out. How do we chill out? What do we do? What happens here? Is this something that we should be? I mean, I'm going to have to change the title of this video. There's going to have to be Paixao in the thumbnail again for the 15th running. We do need this. Yeah. A win, Perri announced, and Paixao deal done. Best day ever. Good news, Igor will do as good. We need this. Well, Con, looks like you might be streaming. Just one day. I just want one day off, mate. That's all. I cannot. What I would say, right, if I'm Rodrigo Muniz and I'm seeing Perri, fellow countryman, and Paixao, of which he will be very aware of in terms of their quality, coming to Leeds United. Could this happen? Could this happen? I don't know. Okay. Yeah. Does anybody have the Farker quotes at hand as well? Just give you a follow on, not on. Yeah, guys, go follow us on Insta. What I want you all to do is, I know there's a lot of people who might tag me on a Jikanji does. I know Helen does as well. Follow me on One Leeds Instagram. Do it over there, and just like screenshot bits, send it to me. I will read them all. Instagram, I'm much more of a sort of Instagrammer when it comes to the messages than I am Twitter. Twitter, I'm useless. Excuse me. So this is so not Leeds. Kirsch says, this window must be exceeding expectations for everyone. How can anyone not be feeling positive right now? Dude, I know, 100%. Rajiv says you can take a couple of days off when you use Conor. You have my permission. Thanks, Rajiv. If we get Perri, Igor, and Muniz, I'm getting a Brazilian. Liam says, what happened to the 49ers, mate? No idea. They're doing all right, aren't they? They're not doing badly at all. Cheers, Knox. But yeah, I think when you kind of look at the scenario as well, when Rodrigo Muniz sees the activity that Leeds are doing, I think when you boil it down as well, let's get some of screw it. Let's go full ego. Let's get the ego going, shall we? And just get a bit excited for Marseille to come and outbid and just get him at the end. Guys, these are the stats. Look at the stats. Look at the stats. You can't see the stats. But just look at the stats. Good Lord. Good Lord. When you look at him, genuinely, I think he's quicker than what Sinistera was. I think his decision making is better than Sinistera. I'm not just saying this hindsight because I thought Sinistera was, I'll argue for Sinistera. I thought Sinistera was a really good acquisition for Leeds. He was our X factor. I think let me just break down shot efficiency as well. Every shot I see with this guy is pretty much on target, and it can be from any range. Do you remember early noughties like Worldies, where they used to go in top corner? Paixao's your man for that sort of stuff. His instinct is very good as well in the box. His interpretation of balls into the box as well. Like I say, he attacks the box extremely well, in my opinion. He is the all-rounder. He is your meal ticket for survival. Now, they need to be doing an attacker. We all know that. But if they get this through the door, Perri's through, let's have a little. I think if they go, I still think backup GK, in my opinion. I know a lot of you guys won't. And then I go, Carl goes down to 3. Then I'd go Honestly, backup Tanganga. Honestly, backup Tanganga. I think he's not just a bottom three sign. I think Jaffa Tanganga could genuinely be like almost like a bottom 6, 7 signing. Could play centre back, can play right back. Has even played left back before for Tottenham. So Tanganga's only 26 years of age. Good sell on. Tanganga for me would be a really good signing for Leeds at 2 million quid. They might go a bit higher than that, fine. But there's your backup. There's your backup for either side. Paixao, Muniz. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. And then genuinely, and I know this is a lot, but if they tick Perri off today, which obviously they're going to do, they tick Perri off, and they tick off Paixao, you're then looking at to do, and we've got 20, 20, 22, maybe 24 days, I think, to start the season. Maybe a little bit more, actually. Bad maths. But a little bit more. 20, like mid-20s-ish. You've then got to sort out a backup fullback, a backup GK, and Muniz. So theoretically, with around about a week left, they've got to go all in on Muniz, really. All in. Let's have a look. No way he's 27. Why do they always do this as well with the signings, guys? They did it with Beale, didn't they? They did it with Beale. Why are the signings like this? Why do they announce them and they just put a picture up? Does anybody know? I want to see some sort of like really cool, maybe they're just like down to business sort of thing. You know what I mean? There he is. I mean, I tell you what, if he grew his beard out, he wouldn't be far off Milinkovic-Savic, would he? Like balding 27, 28-year-old guy, similar to Milinkovic-Savic, beard. If he grew that beard out a little bit, yes, he's not 6'9", but if he just ran up and took a couple of free kicks, this is an unreal signing though for me. Now we've got to go get the next Brazilian and then his mate afterwards. That's what I think we've got to do. Check the tweet before. 23 days. Cheers, Lee. Paixao gets done. Underwood doesn't buy beer in Leeds ever again. Check the tweet before. What before, man? Do you think Paixao contacted Rafinha about us? Apparently, some would have you think that, mate. Some would have you think that that's happened. Arthur, he's got no hair. He hasn't, mate. And some people aren't fortunate. You know, my brother, my old man. My brother went bald at about 19, you know. So happens. Absolutely happens. I think someone's mentioned. Someone mentioned the tweet before. What tweet before is this? I think what they've got to do, Leeds as well, is like, you know, they're clearly very, very strong on this. Very strong on this when it comes to Perri. As we've said multiple times, is Perri like, you know, and I've mentioned before I'm buzzing with the sign, and I really am. I really am. I think when you do the deep dive on him, of which I've done for the last 3 days now when it comes to the room mill, but the 5 things we can expect from him as well, backed up by data, there's a lot of which you can be excited with Perri. They've just got to, I think when it comes to a goalkeeper, it's always a very precarious position. I think you've got to have someone, if we're being serious, I think we've just got to have someone just in behind who we can like really rely on in the Premier League, you know, because we know how quickly it can go south. We're not, and I'm not saying it's going to do this with Perri. I'm not saying that whatsoever. But what I'm saying is I just think the goalkeeper is such a precarious position that you've just got to make sure someone in behind him is ready to step in. Worst case scenario. Worst case scenario. I think anyway. Farker has hair. He does indeed, mate. That is true. But let's move back to this. Okay, let's move back to this. Surely, Leeds know something. Surely. Surely Leeds know that this is about to get done. Like, why would you bid that amount of money? This is what I mean with Rodrigo Muniz as well. It's been quiet, but Leeds bid a hell of a lot of money. No matter what Fulham fans, I honestly have been seeing some Fulham fans recently just going, why would he go to Leeds? Plenty of reasons. Plenty of reasons. A lot of these teams in the Premier League are very arrogant, you know, very, very, very arrogant. I kind of want Leeds and Fulham to come up and punch him in the lip. Fulham to come up, Sunderland to come up and punch him in the lip a little bit. I think now, and figuratively speaking, they're probably not far off it. About it's nice to come up and just go, nah, you're not having it your own way. And in all fairness, I think Sunderland's recruitment, I think our recruitment so far, especially if we get Paixao, is exceptional. Absolutely exceptional. So, and it's better, by the way, miles better than who have we had before? Burnley, Luton, Sheffield United, with the greatest of respect, Southampton, Ipswich, and I can't think of the other one. Can't think of the other one. But, you know, all of these clubs, I don't think personally have had the amount of the level of recruitment that we've had. Maybe you could put Ross Barkley as that anomaly of like a top signing, but I'm not sure the rest of them have had these top signings that we're all having now, to be honest with you. So a lot to consider, a lot to talk about when it comes to it. But I do feel Paixao comes in and he is that needle mover. He is your starting in the Premier League sort of guy. But I also think if you get Muniz in as well, Leicester, Chisholm, top signing. And Leeds are trying their absolute best, and they're building something hopefully which takes us beyond this realm of looking at staying up. You know what I mean? Looking at staying up. 29 years to the date since we signed Nigel Martin. Love that, Jared. Thank you so much. Probably the best keeper I've ever experienced. Ever experienced, in my opinion. Darlow, number one. Yeah, I don't know how they'll do it, to be honest, with Darlow. Christmas in July with Perri and Paixao, says William. Let's have a look. Oh, sorry, Daniel. I missed out. I missed your super chat, buddy. Whilst I was in Portugal, I met a Leeds fan who thought that we won't be bottom at the end of August, even after fixtures against Everton, Arsenal, and Newcastle. Yeah, I mean, I think we've got a tougher start than, let's say, a Sunderland. I think Sunderland don't play like a top six side until like mid-November, could be mid-November. So I think we've got a tougher start. And I think you're looking at Everton and probably thinking it's a must-win straight away, because the other two are going to be really, really tough, obviously. But Leeds should be in a good spot, I think. And then you've got to look after that as well. We've got a really good run of fixtures. We've got Wolves in there. We've got Fulham in there. We've got Bournemouth in there. By the way, guys, we have to say really good run of fixtures relative to Premier League. Relative to Premier League, these are teams that we have to be getting points off. Because if you beat Fulham and Sunderland back-to-back, it's 12 points. That's it. And then where are you looking at? You turn around and go, well, they're the only teams we can beat. Well, if they're the only teams we can beat, and we've got to beat them, by the way, they are musts. You have to beat both of them twice. Draws, wins against both of them. If you don't do that, you're in trouble. You're in big, big trouble, because then you've got to go and bring up those 3 points by beating another side. But I think there's enough points in there for us. You know, I look at if we're kind of looking at the Premier League right now. Let's just get a couple of let's get the Premier League up and let's just be stupid, right? Let's be stupid, so people don't take this too seriously. Okay, so let's say hypothetically, right, what we need to do in terms of getting points off teams. Let's have a look. So I think we need. So you've got to beat Burnley twice, have to, and they'll be looking at the same with us as well. Got to beat Sunderland twice. 12 points there. I think then you look at Wolves. You beat Wolves. You've got to beat Wolves at home, I think. Even though I think Wolves will be pretty decent this season. You've got to beat them at home, I think. West Ham, tough again, but you'd like to be thinking that Leeds can pick up at least a win against West Ham at home. I'm doing this off the cuff as well, by the way, so bear with me. Forest, Europe, a point maybe out of 6. Could we even? I don't know. It'd be really, really tough. But Forest, maybe What we're saying, Nottingham Forest. Do you reckon we can knock some points in against them? Maybe 3. 3 points. Let's go with 3 points against Forest if we've been really ambitious. Newcastle, I don't think we will. Man United. Yeah. 4 points. I don't care. 4 points against them. City, no. Liverpool, no. Fulham, at home. And look, I know I'm probably being a little bit ambitious. These are the points we have to get. These are genuine. So far, we've got Man United. Obviously, that's not going to happen. But maybe 3 points against Man United at home. 6-6. So 12 against the two that have come up with us. 12 against the two that have come up with us. Wolves 3, 15. West Ham 3, 18. Forest 3, 21. Scum 3, 24. See, I mean, look at these points already. These are wins, by the way. And we're only on 24 points. Fulham, you'd like to see a win against Fulham, maybe. 3. That takes us to 27. Palace is going to be tough. I feel Palace could be our kryptonite a little bit. Yeah, that'll be really tough. Brentford, 4, surely, at least. We ain't got an away win, according to me, yet. Brentford 4, maybe, if we beat them at home and then draw away. That takes us to 31. Which, by the way, what did Ipswich finish on? What, 21? I don't think we'll beat Villa. Arsenal, no. Brentford, obviously. Brighton, you've got in there as well. Could we get like a point or 3 against Brighton? 3 or a point. That gets us to either 32 or 34. Oh, we're only on 34 points here. Let's have a look at last season. Let's have a look at last season's table. Who came where? So Tottenham came 17th on 38. So this is kind of what we're talking about here. Leicester got 25 points. I think we'll do better than Leicester's tally, definitely. My phone tells me we've got Perri, I think. Yeah. Oh no, we've increased the page how often. So you need something else in there as well. So you need to get an away win. So I think maybe you're looking at that and thinking maybe you do the double on a team. So maybe you do the double on. Maybe be tough. That be really tough. But you've got to throw it. Everton's still there, obviously. So Everton, we forgot about Everton. Opening day of the season, you got to get 3 points. It's going to be tough though. I think Everton are going to be stronger this year. So that takes us to 37 if we get 3 against Everton. Maybe a point away, 38 against Everton. So we're on 38 points. I'm going to read out who we've beaten so far. Palace. Maybe a win against Palace. So there you so if you get 38 there, that's what Spurs got last year, right? That's what Spurs got. So we'll leave it. We're going to leave it at that in terms of points tally. So this is what we've got so far. And guys, slap a like on the video if you would. Really appreciate that. But yeah, this is what we've got so far when it comes to points. So we've got Burnley 6, Wolves 6, Wolves 3, West Ham 3, Forest 3, Scum 3, could be 6, Scum 3, Fulham 3, Brentford 4, Brighton 4. Oh, God. Bear in mind, we always go on about how great Brighton are on here and how Herzler and just everyone at Brighton has just got it spot on. Everton. So that's 38 points. So who knows? Who knows? But there are others in and around there. You know, even if we're not to beat Brighton and get 4, you could get 4. You could get another point off Man United, definitely. Beat them at home, draw away. They're that bad you can. I didn't think it looked anything special either in pre-season when it came to man. So that might take to 37. A point at Fulham away, a point at West Ham away, a point at Wolves away. Yeah, 6 points from those. So I'll have to wait and see. How long have we been going? 1 hour and 9 minutes. Flipping it. Wow. And I was going to be on here for about 10 minutes. Fantastic. Perri. Let's have a look. Told you it was Perri, didn't I? Told you. All of you giving me flack. It is Perri. Okay. I'm just hoping this works. Please work. Please work with Perri. Please. So it looks like it's a 13.9 million fee with 1.7 in add-ons, which is good. Good stuff. And we've seen Gyökeres announced at Arsenal as well. So yeah. Right, everybody. We are going to leave it there. It has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. What I'll do is I'll put the timestamps on the video as well, so you can move to whatever you want to see. And we'll be back maybe tomorrow if there's something kicking off, if there's something going on. Thank you so much, Rajiv, as always, buddy. But yeah, thanks, everybody. Really appreciate it. Slap a like if you would. I think we've had about 900 people in here. A little bit more. 1,000 people in here at its peak. So thank you so much, everybody. Make sure you slap a like on the video. And